Hello, everyone, and welcome to the 5th episode of the R Words podcast, a podcast where we don't only try to speak intellectually with a funny twist, we also play this game where each one of us has to generate a random word starting with an R. During the episode, each one of us has to try to implement this word 3 times in conversation without the other person noticing, and the first one to succeed will win the episode and get a point added to their tally. But there's a twist. Each one of us has a challenge flag, and during the conversation, if you feel like you know the word of the other guy, then you just throw the challenge flag and you can challenge the word. If you're correct, the other person won't be able to win the episode anymore. If you're not correct, the game just continues.
Well said. Yeah.
Yeah,
you're
really getting else to say.
You're getting the hang of this intro.
This is really nice. That was a really good one, I think. After my shift today as well, goddamn, bro. I took out the eye contacts because I was getting so like. Do you have eye contacts or not? So
I'm a glasses-free boy. I'm very surprised as well because, like, the amount of reading with barely any light as a kid and also screen time.
Do you think that trains it though?
Resilience?
Building up resilience?
Maybe.
No, but my eye contact wearers at home will probably get this when you had like a really long day. They actually start to gain like weight in your eyes, and it's like they become super heavy. So then when you take them off, it's almost like there's like weight that was taken off from your eyes.
Do you get the same with a hat?
No, I don't feel the hat anymore, buddy. It's part of my
You're
face.
just used to it. So.
Yeah.
But then have you been wearing contacts for that long?
Yeah. Today?
In general?
Yes, I've been wearing contacts ever since I would say 13 maybe.
As long as you've been wearing hats?
That's a good question. This is like the doors or windows question, but then for me, hats or eye contacts. No, I think I've been wearing hats I think actually before I wore eye contacts, but then I also had a gap where I didn't wear a hat, and then it felt weird to put the hat back on. Because this is something interesting. Like people say like I'm not a hat person, but they haven't had a hat. Basically, that's the thing.
How do you know if you're a hat person?
Exactly,
if you've
you
never
need
worn a hat? Yeah.
like the first time you wear the hat, it's like it needs to get used. You need to get used to it, and he needs to get used to you. It's like I think they also have this like in Cowboy Land where they have the actual like what's it called? Like is it also the hat or?
Yeah, like the cowboy hat.
Cowboy hat, yeah.
There's definitely different names for them.
Yeah,
right?
I forgot of it. There's another name for it, but they basically also say something stupid like the hat needs to get used to you as well, you know that kind of stuff.
Like
but
fucking wands in Harry Potter or something.
Yeah,
like
exactly. Say, Gryffindor. No, but I definitely think like you need to get used to wearing a hat, because the first time for me also was really weird, but now it's so nice. I can also feel difference between different kind of hats.
Yeah, I mean, this is probably how worn they are as well, right?
No, but it's also like my hats, the SBA hats that are available on my Instagram as SBA or Secret Bartending Association. They're like more on top of the ear. Like there's like a gap here. And I have some hats from New Era and I think 47 brand as well. They like gap it more towards your ear. So like they sit on your ear.
And what's the difference?
So like there's a gap here.
Yeah, what's the difference in the head feel?
So I've heard from clients that they really customers that they really like the way my hat fit, like not on top of the ear, because some people hate that it's like
you mean like actually digging into your ear?
So like here,
okay, yeah.
There's like a gap, and my New Era I think hat from the Phillies has it like closes fully on my ear, so that's a difference. Wow, that was a really weird opening of this episode talking about hats, bro.
Yeah, but then what I was going to say is, do you think you can get used to wearing contacts like you can get used to wearing hats? But then you also don't wear contacts nearly as much as you wear hats, right?
I think in hours, it like
you think it lines up?
Because I don't wear a hat sleeping. I also don't wear eye contact sleeping, but as no, but this is also a thing. Like some people actually notice that they wear eye contacts, but to me, if I put on my eye contacts, I don't notice it, which is
like you forget about them after a while.
Exactly, it's a blessing because
until they get heavy.
Until they get heavy, and I can actually wear them for quite a long time. But a lot of people, and I know my girlfriend is also one of these people that have like a lot of struggles with their eye contacts from time to time, and it's super annoying. Like I know what it feels like when you have like an eye infection and then you cannot wear your eye contacts, but it's
eye infection.
Yeah, so I think
you mean like pink eye or something?
Kind of. No, but there's also like some sort of eye infection when you wear your eye contacts wrong or you didn't clean it properly enough.
And then don't they always come in like a solution? Is that what that's for?
Yeah. But then if you were take this example, for instance. You go to a party and you stay at their place and they don't have eye contact solution, so you put them in water, which I've done plenty of times before. It's possible, but it can be less
hygienic
than,
and then
like,
you can get
exactly, and then it can happen. And
what happens if you get an infection? You can't wear contacts.
Basically, it's best to not wear contacts because you need to give your eye some rest, and just like take like bacteria. What the fuck? Just like you heat up water until it's boiling, so there's no bacteria in there.
You pour it on your eye.
And then you fucking pour it straight in your eye, buddy. No, and then you just take like wool. What is that called? Like
like a cotton bud.
A cotton bud, and just like rinse it, I guess.
Oh.
Just need to give it rest.
I've never really got into the whole like touching my eye. I can't even touch it with it still being open because I've never had to.
Yeah. I've had plenty of experience with the eye contacts being all the way in the back of my eyelid, and you have to like push it out like this, blinking the whole time. At one point, I actually thought it was behind my eye. This was like maybe a month ago, and my girlfriend she went crazy googling like, what do you do when the
it was like, you have 10 minutes to live.
turned out it was just behind me on the mat, laying there for like 30 minutes. So that's funny. Should we start generating our words?
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Okay, so while Marco is generating his word of this episode, I'll have to let you guys know about our YouTube channel that you can subscribe to, and you can ring the bell to get notified whenever we upload, also shorts. And our Spotify that you can rate with 5 stars, nothing less. If you listen to an entire episode once. And then also we have an Instagram, a TikTok, where we also post shorts, and you can like, comment, and subscribe, follow,
subscribe, whatever the option is. Report,
Report. Okay, I need to.
Urban Dictionary.
I need to refresh the page.
Point counter goes up in the corner.
Exactly. Dunk. What the fuck am I doing, bro?
This is how we got talking about the fucking browser shit last time.
Did we?
Yeah, because you were on the phone and you're like, how the fuck does this work? Because you're flicking up and then it did something, then you flicked left and then it did something else. I
don't think this is how we got to talking about it. We did?
100%.
Oh yeah, I said like, do you have
use
an iPhone?
Upper on your phone? That's what you said.
No. I said like, bro, do you have? I thought you had an iPhone. That's what I said. Yeah. But if I go back now, so I need to refresh this, right? Yeah. Okay.
The thing is, I set it up for him. All he had to do is click one button.
No, but this happens all the time. Like I generate the word, I see the word, I go up to the thing, and then I delete the URL. Instead of just like hitting refresh.
Instead of just getting there and getting rid of the tab.
Yeah.
Or just turning off the phone. I'm not going to look at it until the end of the episode anyway.
Well, the thing is like...
Or you got trust issues or something?
I have trust issues is what... No, if you end up looking at your phone to like look something up really quick, then the chances are there that you could see the word, and then I would lose immediately.
Okay, yeah, fair enough. Big stakes game.
Big stakes game, exactly, yeah. Okay, I'm really curious because yesterday during work he said, I have a really interesting take, and
whoa. Well, I have a take,
and I said save it for the pod.
I have a couple of takes like this, okay, I'm gonna ease into it because I feel like if I throw it out from the beginning,
yeah,
it'll be more difficult to understand.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do it in phases.
So, everyone has habits, right? Things that we, well,
Oh, slow down.
I'm being
buddy.
told off for peaking too loud.
Exactly.
Everyone has habits, right? We all do things habitually, and we get used to doing them, and we all have things that we like doing more than other things, right?
Yeah.
And for some things, these can be good habits or bad habits, right?
Bad habits. Ed
Right?
Sheeran.
And there's an Ed Sheeran song called "Bad Habits."
Yeah.
So,
Bro, Ed Sheeran has a fucking song for every word in this fucking world.
I couldn't stand another word from that guy after what's the one that went the viral, "Thinking Out Loud" or something.
Thinking out loud.
It was one of his first songs, and
The one that goes, if when your legs don't work.
yeah. After this, I was like, no, I can't listen to a single word. It was on the radio way too much. But anyway,
Wait. Fun story. I was in a car ride with my sister, oldest sister, and I was just playing my songs the whole time. I like to mix genres because I like to please.
it's my
viewer.
classic line as well. I listen
Exactly.
to good music, not just one type of music.
And then my sister goes, "Would you mind if we listen to the album of Ed Sheeran?" It's like, no,
It's
bro.
like the whole album.
It's like 40 songs of just salt and pepper, bro. It's just salt and pepper.
Oh no!
It's so unseasoned, and it's like every song is the same.
Is it
And-
acoustic guitar as well?
yes.
Damn,
I think it was
bro.
even an acoustic album. And then at one point she goes, "How do you know this? Wait, you know these songs?" Like, no, bro. This is like AI generated songs. Like I can just
But
tell
it
you.
just gets one sample, flips it, changes one note, changes
yeah,
one key.
I just knew what the lyrics were gonna be, just of like,
Yeah, this happens to me with notes as well.
yeah. So yeah, okay, go on. Habits, bad habits.
Yeah, we all have habits, right? And you can classify them good and bad habits, but you can generally say they're just stuff we do more often than other things, right?
Yeah.
And normally, when it's a bad habit that we do it a lot and we like doing it, we start calling it an addiction, right? Okay.
Yeah.
So let's say, I don't know, video games,
Marijn
social
drinking
media,
Coke on.
sugar, yeah, okay, drugs, whatever, right? Okay.
Yeah.
These can all be classified as addictions, right?
Yeah.
And where I'm going is that I think everyone is addicted to something. I don't think this is a crazy statement to make, right? Because for me, an addiction doesn't just have to, well, actually, I think medically speaking, it would be an addiction if it was bad, right? But I think you can also look as you being addicted to something that's not necessarily bad for you.
I'm just trying to. I don't know if addiction is the right word to use here, actually, because I think we're throwing in the word addiction way too quick in conversation. You don't think so?
No.
I think addiction is actually way worse than what everyone is experiencing, what most people are experiencing.
Yeah.
Like, for instance, if I say like I have an addiction to Coke on the job, that's like, no, it's not
This
that bad.
this wouldn't be a medically like foolproof way of
right.
using addiction because it's supposed to be in different contexts for it to be called an addiction.
Yeah,
I'm not talking about the medical sense and the stuff that I would learn in college or whatever. I'm talking about like I don't know.
This is also the same
more
with
popularly used.
It's basically the same with like people not being diagnosed, but they diagnose themselves with like OCD and like ADHD, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I think like an addiction is actually way worse than what most people are experiencing.
I'm talking about the colloquial use of addiction. Do you get what I mean?
The koala, the fuck.
Colloquial, like the everyday use of the word addiction. Be like, oh, I'm so addicted to this.
yeah.
Like it's not being an addict.
It's basically became like street language kind of thing, like slang.
If you want, you can call it something else.
I like the way I said slang,
Right.
like slang.
You said slang in a very slang way.
Slang. I fucking sound like a BuzzFeed video.
Yeah.
Have you guys used slang before?
But what even is BuzzFeed?
Never heard of BuzzFeed.
I've heard of it. It's one of
Basically,
these things I've heard of that I have no idea what it is.
They explain the most like millennial things in the most white way possible. It's super funny.
Is that what it would say if I looked up what is BuzzFeed?
Yeah, probably. So then they have like I fucking hate BuzzFeed, bro. I'll just throw it out there. They have like explanatory videos, and then they have this like super annoying non-copyright music under it, and they have this like this white girl voice narrating it, and then here and there they throw in a GIF.
So it's like explanatory white brain rot.
Yeah, kind of, yeah. I think this is like those AI explanatory videos before AI.
So they were setting the trend.
They were
ahead of their time.
Ahead of the time, ahead of the
pioneers.
Curve. Yeah, for sure. But then what's your take?
So my take was what I was going into is that I think that everyone can be classified as being addicted to something, right?
Okay, yeah, if you put it in a slang way, yes.
Right, not like a specific way. What I'm going to get into next, right, this is half of my take.
Crazy.
The other half is that
half of the thesis.
What do you classify as a drug?
So the drug is the stimuli, right?
Okay.
Right?
I mean,
it's the thing that stimulates, basically, or the thing that you need to fulfill your need.
I'd say that's a pretty good definition, right?
And it can be like an item, or it can be a feeling.
Okay. Right? So then going with
a person.
Yeah, I would agree, because I think it's like some different things can be our drug, right? A drug doesn't have to be an actual physical drug, like medicine or a recreational drug, right?
Yes, or just like food or drinks.
Yeah, exactly.
It can also
not be a substance. It can be a person. It can be a feeling, right? So this is half of my take, right? This is the other half. So I think that from this, and I'll explain this, I think everyone can be classified as a drug addict.
Damn.
Okay? Because we all have something that we're addicted to doing, which might not be the best for us. I'm saying all, I would say the vast majority of people, unless you're someone who has seriously got your shit together, who I would really respect, that you live a completely balanced life.
But you're probably not listening to this podcast.
Yeah. Right? You're probably up in the mountains somewhere. But anyway, I would say that everyone does stuff that might not necessarily be the best for them, just because they do it out of a habit, because it comforts them, because it makes them feel good, whatever.
Yes.
Right? And I think that when we hear the word drug addict, we think of people who are addicted to recreational drugs, like junkies and people you see on the street, right?
Yes.
And I think that the only reason we see drug addicts, typical drug addicts, people who are addicted to drugs on the street, as worse than the rest of us is because their effects are so physically visible to us.
Visible, yeah.
Or apparent to us, right?
Yes, and I think they also went to the extremes that are now living on the streets.
Yeah, but I think this is because this is how society looks on drugs, in the sense of these recreational drugs. Yes. For good reason. I'm not debating this, right?
Yeah.
I'm just saying that this is how it is, and this is because they have an effect on you, which can lead to different things, and it ultimately makes you antisocial and difficult to be around with, right?
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is that I think that we naturally see these, in case drug addicts, as a stereotypical example, because, I don't know, take some example like heroin, right? If someone's doing heroin, you can see them on the street lying on the floor, acting all crazy, whatever, right? If someone's addicted to social media, you're not going to see them on the street lying on the floor most of the time, right?
Unless it's a TikTok challenge.
Like they're addicted to heroin, right?
Yes, exactly, yeah.
But I think that the effects are almost comparable. And what I'm saying is that the only reason that I think we don't see these effects and we don't take it as serious is because they're not as visible to us, because they're subconscious, mental things that we can't actually see and notice. You get me?
Yeah.
And this is why I think it might be an interesting parallel to draw between drug addicts and all the rest of us drug addicts, right? Because I think we're all addicted to different things, and because this person is addicted to some drug and we are addicted to something which is objectively less worse for your life, or at least seen not as bad by society, in my opinion, doesn't put you on any other level than this person.
Yeah.
Do you get what I mean? We're all addicted to something, and it's pretty unfortunate if it's something like heroin, okay?
Exactly, yeah.
And not something like eating Cheetos, okay? But in my opinion, they still have an effect on you which can be comparable, right? If you're addicted to social media, or you're addicted to eating a specific food that's not great for you, right? It's still bad for you. But we can't see these effects as, it's not as obvious to us as someone who's doing stuff on the street, you know?
Yeah.
And I think this is because, as I said, it's a mental thing and we can't physically see it, but also because I think that these can still affect our behavior in the long run, right? Let's say you're addicted to social media or something, right?
Yeah.
There's loads of stuff about it. We've all heard whatever, right? Okay, but let's assume that being chronically addicted to social media, like on it all the time, right, every day, and comparing yourself to others and all the stuff that goes along with it isn't great for you, okay, mentally, right? In the long run, I would argue that this isn't great for your mental health and it would cause you to differ in your behavior, right? But when people see this, do you think they're going to say, oh yeah, he's addicted to social media? No, because they wouldn't have any idea where it comes from.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So I think that it's an interesting parallel to draw between people, because I think we're all addicted to something, but just because its effects aren't as visible to us doesn't mean it's not as bad. That's my point.
I just want to shout out to the audio listeners. I am here. That's why I keep saying yes, while Marco is doing a TED Talk.
Well, I go off on a fucking tangent.
I fucking love when you do that. You just like go off and I'm just like, yeah. And I'm just checking my line and to see like if I'm ever going to peak or not.
Yeah. But this is one of my
then like
theories.
what's your addiction?
Good question. I have many, right?
Gaming?
Yeah.
No, right? Is it? Used to be more than now, right?
Before, when I was younger, yes.
Yeah.
Now I don't have enough time to it, so it's basically I've been basically forced out of it, right?
Yeah. Because I think if you're able to say like, no, I can't because I have to study, then you're not addicted to it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, for sure.
And the thing is like, I think I used to have some sort of an addiction towards gaming as well, but then I got rid of everything basically. And now actually I think during quarantine, I was so tempted to getting like some sort of Xbox. Fuck, that was funny. I was tempting to get an Xbox, and then I was like, no, it's so much money. And then if the corona is gone, I'll have to work and I won't have time for it anymore. I was able to nuance. No, that's not it. It's not nuance, right? I was able to like see like the pros and cons and like actually like relativate. Relative, is that how I say it?
Relate?
No, not relate. It's just like relevate. No, bro. It's so funny that these are all our words. By the way, no, just I was able to see like the pros and the cons and outweigh like
you're able to weigh them up,
and then you're not addicted anymore.
Yeah,
I think. But so wait, so gaming
for me,
you, and then what else?
Me, maybe when I was younger, it might have been gaming.
Yeah,
for various reasons, right? But now, I would say I'm coming more out of it, but like I would have been addicted to procrastinating stuff.
Oh, that's deep.
And I think this is a common thing nowadays, right?
That's deep though.
Because it's
What's the last thing you procrastinated about? Doing a podcast.
Well, there's things that I'm procrastinating doing right now. Yeah.
Damn, that's crazy.
So then you could say that I'm still addicted to doing it, you know? And I hate it so much because it doesn't make sense. And I try to force myself out of it with a few things, especially when it comes to college stuff. I literally treat myself like a fucking animal. I give myself like a carrot on a stick.
Yes.
Like, for example, I'd be like, okay, once I finish this work, I can make dinner.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Or once
I
I finish this, I can do this. And I don't allow myself do something that I really want until I can finish what I don't want to do.
Kind of nurture yourself. Or like
condition myself.
Condition yourself.
Yeah, basically, yeah. Right?
Pavlov, train yourself. Rings bell. Snacks. But then, what I was gonna say? There's this kind of like how would you say it? Like when you're studying, for instance, there's this like sort of like studying method of doing like 15 minutes studying, 10 minutes of fun time, something like that. Do you do that kind of stuff?
No. I've always been such
a girly thing to do, I feel.
I've always been but to be honest, I can see it being better, especially if you're doing, as you should, studying in chunks well before you need to.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, normally Well, now I have a better system, which is that I make notes and I try to have all my notes made a week before the exam so that I have a week to actually study the notes.
Yeah. Okay.
Right? So this is better. Ideally, it should be earlier on, but
it's constructive, constructed, construct.
Holy shit! Just being like structured. God damn,
yeah,
bro! How did I get
That's
there?
pretty close.
Just being structured, basically.
Yeah.
Would you say you're a structured person, just in general?
In general, I'm really like I meticulously plan stuff.
Okay, so actually, wait. What's your zodiac sign? Wait. Let me guess. It's wait. I got this. Is it? No, wait.
Bro's trying to remember.
Wait. No, actually, I got this. I think I actually got this. Aquarius.
Yeah, how did you know?
No, you're playing it.
Yeah. No, I was gonna do the classic. Yeah, how do you know?
Yeah,
They'd be like, oh, because this.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, I'm not.
Yeah. So I know you're not a Gemini. Wait. No. Wait, I'm not gonna say Gemini. I know you're not a Virgo. I know you're not a Aries. I know you're not a, I think, Taurus. I know you're not a Cancer. You got Cancer. I know you're not a Gemini as well. So that's, and then also
You said
Aquarius.
Gemini twice.
No, Gemini. I took away, and then I actually figured out that Gemini is in like June. Yeah. So then.
How do you know all this?
Because my other sister, girlfriend. That's how I.
You've been exposed to a lot of the disease over the years, have you?
Exactly. So then there's 6 left. Basically, it's Leo.
Am I Leo?
Yeah.
No.
Okay, just say Taurus. I thought you were gonna say
Capricorn.
See, I knew it.
Oh wow. Took the words out of my mouth.
And Capricorns are
First guess.
super structured. Just kidding. I have no clue.
Yeah.
What's your rising moon? No, I'm not gonna go into this. I fucking hate zodiac signs. To be fair,
You know quite a lot about them for someone who hates them.
This is because when I was in America, there was this one friend of mine who was super into zodiac signs, and she actually guessed my zodiac sign, which is a 1 in 12 chance.
You're never gonna live that down.
Yeah,
she's gonna be preaching about this for the rest of her
then
life.
There's this one thing about my zodiac sign, which is a Aries. Good.
Yeah.
Aries, which is Aries are super competitive.
Me too.
That's Buddy. Buddy is competitive.
Yeah, but so am I.
Yeah, but Buddy is really good. Buddy is a fire sign, I think. No, or an earth sign. Either one of the two.
A waterbender?
I'm actually... No, I think actually in Aries is a earth... I was going to say earthbender. Earth sign. And back when I was watching Avatar, I always wanted to be the earthbender.
Avatar is the guy with the arrow, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not the Sully guy, the blue people, that shit.
Sully like Monsters Inc.
Huh?
I thought Sully from Monsters
I thought
Inc.
there was a Sully in the Avatar one.
I've never watched
kind of
any anime. But I just know the reference.
No. It's not an anime. It's CGI. It's the Avatar, the other gun. The blue
it's an anime, right?
Is that anime?
I don't know. Isn't it the bald kid with like an arrow?
No, that's a different one. So you have the anime Avatar, and you have Avatar with the blue people. The movie. You've never heard of this movie before?
No.
Way of Water? It's
No.
the second part, by the way.
Is it good?
It's actually a decent movie. It's about... I'm gonna fucking butcher everything. I think it's in the future. I think they find this weird group of people that are like 3 meters tall, blue, and they have like tails and stuff. And they
Wait. Aren't you talking about why can't I remember the name of it?
Avatar. That's what I'm
Avatar.
It's Avatar.
That's the one with the massive planet and the massive blue people?
Yes.
And the one they released a sequel of recently?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I know this one. Yeah, obviously.
God.
I thought you were talking about the anime thing. Isn't that where all the Bender stuff is from?
that's what I was actually talking about. I don't know how we got to fucking the other Avatar. fucking
I don't know,
buddy. I was like, huh? No, so like,
That's a good ass movie. I remember liking
yeah,
that.
exactly. So there we go. No, but back when I was watching Avatar, the anime, I always wanted to be
Okay.
Earthbender. So yes,
Okay.
with the arrow guy. What were your favorite benders?
I never watched it.
You never watched
That's what
Avatar?
I'm- the anime.
Okay, you have
That's
to.
what I'm
watch
saying. I haven't watched any anime apart from. I watched one with my girlfriend about Spirited Away.
that. Oh, I've heard of it. Yeah, I don't watch any anime. Just putting that out there. I only watch like Pokemon and Avatar.
Anime.
Yeah, no, I didn't watch any other anime but
Okay.
Pokemon and Avatar.
Okay.
Okay. How did they fucking get to all this, bro? We
I have
went in
no
a
idea.
fucking spiral, basically.
You're talking about zodiac signs because I was talking about. You're asking me if I'm structured,
Yeah, exactly.
and I was saying that in almost everything else, yes. Like I really plan stuff.
Ahead?
Yeah, but like a bit
Ooh.
too much. And
Interesting.
Yeah, but
Because my zodiac sign is the opposite. We live day by day. We as a nation live day by day. Our April people, the Aries, and it's also funny because like Aries together in a room, they're even more competitive. It's like how you say that? Like what Aries, like actual Aries used to do, like bunking heads. Is that how you say it? They like
you mean like the brain dead stuff they do in American football?
yeah, exactly.
like-
Yeah, they just like tackle each other constantly. And then we were in Italy, and another friend of mine was also like an American friend of mine who was also in Aries. We both looked at each other, was like, should we check or should we see who gets in further in the sea? Basically, who was like able to get furthest. And then the zodiac girl was like, oh, it's so beautiful to see two Aries competing against each other.
Fair.
Fair. Okay,
Good story.
continue.
No, I mean, I
Okay.
used to have a friend, and we had ridiculously competitive conversations to the point where eventually one of us would have to concede.
But you're Capricorn, right?
Yeah, and
Oh,
she
I knew
was
it.
February, at the end of February, so this wouldn't be this either.
I have no clue. But I think Capricorn is also an Earth sign. So then that would make sense that they.
I mean,
like,
I am on Earth, so that would make sense.
checks out.
Yeah,
There we go.
I guess I'm a believer, guys. But yeah, so that's my take. My take is that we're all addicted to something. We all have our drugs, and yeah, I think that just because you can't see its effect as clearly as a cocaine addict or a heroin addict doesn't mean that it's not affecting you.
Yeah. My addiction is actually I was gonna go for this. Back in the day when I was just a waiter, just a loser waiter.
low life waiter.
Whole life waiter in the restaurant, and I was working full time. I think it was before I was working full time. I kind of got addicted to working 12 ED, drink with some colleagues, go to bed around 1, do the same thing all over again the day after, and that for 4 to 5 days straight in summer.
Damn.
That was like some sort of addiction. Like I would say, like I wanna believe that there's more people in hospitality who have this addiction to. I think it is.
I mean, it sounds very familiar.
Yeah, right. Just
yeah,
like
it used to happen
working
all the
your
time
ass
in my
off
last
the entire
place.
day, just having like one meal, and then go out or just drink with a lot of people, get little to almost drunk, then eat fucking kebab basically, and then go to bed and do the same thing all over again.
There used
And
to be-
every day looked the same, bro.
There used to be a manager in my last place, and she used to go out after working with one of the bar managers and a couple of friends, I think, and drink, and then come in the next morning still drunk.
I had that once.
Yeah.
Oh, that's horrible. I had that once where I went a little too far, got home after my cousin sent me home.
Oh, you got put in the taxi.
No. Basically, I was falling asleep, and then he was like, "Ryan, please go home. You have to work tomorrow at 12." And I just stood up and I walked in one straight line home.
I got home and I undressed while walking to my bathroom,
Classic.
and then I dropped down on the floor, and then I performed what we would like to call a reversed eating in in the toilet, and then at one point I fell asleep on top of the toilet, and then I woke up at one point and I was like, yeah, this is enough, I go to bed. So I went to bed and obviously didn't set my alarm, woke up at the perfect time for me to get ready.
Damn, bro.
And got ready. I ended up with like a mark on my nose because I slept for like 30 minutes on my toilet sink, basically. Got to work. Was working with one of my friends, and the day before he was also at the party, but he was taking it slow because he had to work the day after. Not I. And the entire day he was pointing towards stuff on the floor to me, just so that I would look at the floor, and I was like, get dizzy right away, because like going with my head like this was like, yeah.
Damn.
So I don't recommend doing that. It's horrible, but I've done it. It's quite sometimes in that period of my life.
Yeah.
To where like it was like some sort of addiction, also because you had like less to eat, so one drink would be enough. One drink would already get you on the tip, and then if you drank a little bit more, we could like downhill from there. Which
yeah, for me, drinking was always weird. It was normally like I would never know when I would actually feel drunk until I felt drunk. Do you know what I mean? Like I never really had like, oh, I know that if I drink this, then I'll be drunk. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I feel like, I don't know. But
I have that, and then or I had it. I haven't really been drunk in a long time before. Also, I'm getting quite old with my birthday coming up while we upload this one. Yeah. And but like normally it would be for me that at one point I do have to go to the toilet. I really have a big bladder, I would say. I can hold my pee for super long, and then I go to the toilet, and there's for some reason always a mirror in front of me, and I just look at myself. I'm like, yeah, I'm there, buddy. I'm performing
it's
again.
Pretty funny.
Yeah. So that's like a ongoing thing.
Then if you guys have any funny drunk stories that you're not too ashamed to say.
Yeah. And the remedy for that addiction is just looking at your balance on your account. It's like, bro, I don't have money, bro. I just So that's that's interesting. Like, what kind of addictions do you have? If there's anyone in hospitality watching this, do you recognize the addiction?
Because I think it's an interesting way of looking at it. Because I think that in general, when we hear the word addiction, like when I brought it up, we immediately go to drug addict.
Yeah, exactly.
Whereas I think that you could use a different word, but I think that you can conceptualize addiction in many ways, and that you could see it in yourself if you do a bit of internal searching. You know? Yeah. So maybe if anyone wants to have a little look inside and see if you can resonate with any of our addictions or come up with anything yourself.
I think these days everyone has an addiction that they throw out way too quick. You hear this all the time saying like, I'm so addicted to energy drinks. I'm so addicted to...
Yeah, but I'm thinking more of like stuff that...
Yeah, more deep things.
It's stuff that you do so much that you don't question doing it anymore, but then sometimes you might think, why am I doing this again?
Yeah, I think I also have an addiction to staying busy.
Yeah, I get this. Especially...
Like, as soon as I find space... like off time basically, and I'm like, oh, I don't have these projects anymore,
I will feel guilty.
I need to get back on something.
I'll feel guilty if I'm sitting there for too long doing nothing, because I'll be like, bro, what the fuck am I doing? I need to lock in. I'll just
I think also in my like when I was a teenager, I was doing stuff that was like why are you doing this? Like at one point I was learning Danish. I was actually
this is fine.
Writing down like words and sentences in a book and stuff like that. This is the worst one of all of them. So I used to play FIFA 04, 2004.
Classic.
Play with AC Milan all the time, you know? And
Boo.
Huh?
Boo.
Fuck up. You're Inter Milan, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And then what I would do is because back in 04, the FIFA 04, there were no automated like competitions within the game. So nowadays they can do like with the computer, they just generate a competition or something like that, or you do like a story mode or something like that, you know, right? But back in the day, that was not it. You just played a game and that was it.
Yeah.
Or you did like a really weird like manager career mode and that was it. So what I would do is I would make a competition myself with like 8 groups of 4 teams or countries. I write them down and then I simulate every game, bro.
Fucking respect.
That's crazy though.
Did you
Like,
watch them?
I watched them as well.
You watched them?
Yes.
You see the little AI roaming around playing with each other?
I wrote down the goal scores so that I have like a top score in the end of the competition. I wrote down the basically who won.
Ballon d'Or ceremony.
I was like, no way, Bosnia is winning 6-1 versus England.
Damn.
How fucking...
That must have been a crazy AI game.
How
Where were you when Bosnia beat England 6-1?
Exactly. Yeah. So yeah, that was weird.
No.
Yeah, interesting.
No, but this, like, for me, this feeling the need to do something is an interesting one, because I get this because I think it's because normally when I'm not doing something and I do have something to do, I tell myself, what the fuck am I doing? I have stuff to do, and then I do it.
Yeah.
But then when I'm not doing something and I don't have anything to do, I still have this feeling of, what the fuck am I doing? I need to do something.
Yeah.
And then if I don't have anything to do, I'll feel guilty about not doing anything, and I'll find something to do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
And a part of me isn't a massive fan of this. It's beneficial in terms of getting shit done when you've stuff to do, but I feel like it doesn't allow you to properly wind down.
Yes,
and
exactly. And that's what
and
I
actually
have all the
just
time.
like think about nothing for once.
Because also today I was like, after the shift of yesterday where we had like roughly 12 hours, today opening till ish 6 something, and I was so through it today with like how it went, and also yesterday. And then I texted my girl saying like, oh, I'm so tired, blah, blah, blah. And she was like, what are you doing after this? I was like, recording the pod. She's like, why don't you just give yourself some rest? I was like, yeah,
oh, no.
Rest is not in my dictionary. I have never heard of this 4-letter starting with the R word. R word.
If rest is your word, then fair enough.
Fair enough.
You collaborated with ChatGPT
if
to
rest
give you a
will
nice
ever be
word.
my word, I will not fucking use it.
No?
No, it's not in my dictionary. I don't know it.
Oh, right. Yeah.
So
sure.
yeah, there you go. Is there a zodiac sign with an R? That would be funny though if I brought that up just to...
Yeah, to be fair, if there was one and you said it, then...
I feel like I will have to think way too long about these zodiac signs because they don't pop up for me right away, like the month.
I only know that mine is Capricorn because of random enthusiasts who have told me it when I tell them when I'm born.
Yeah.
And then I've heard some of the ones you've said before.
What's your girlfriend?
What do you mean, like birthday?
Or zodiac sign? Do you know her zodiac sign?
End of February.
Oh, okay. Because I think Leo is probably after me, so that's like end of April, beginning of May. And then I think Taurus is in front of me, so that's like end of March, beginning of April. But then what else is there? I know that Virgo is around September because my girlfriend and my mother are both virgins. Virgos. Checks out. Gemini is roughly around June because my oldest sister is a Gemini. Then you have Cancer, that's around July because my sister is a Cancer. And then I don't know what else is there. Like there's Aquarius.
We could make them up.
Okay. Give me one.
I think you could make up. No, but we need to start from the beginning.
Beginning?
Okay. So are we doing
January.
it per each month? So
yeah,
we're making 12?
January, it's cold.
Okay.
Ursula.
Okay.
It's like a beer kind of thing. Cold.
Okay.
Thick.
Then I need to come with February. Oh, I had one.
I also have one.
Aurora.
Damn. Because of the
Aurora Borealis.
Nice. So mine is March. Madness. Do you get this one?
March Madness.
Exactly.
Fair enough.
Here's April.
Let me think.
April.
I'm trying to think what when I think of April. Okay. Jester.
April Fools.
Yeah.
Son, nice. May. Mine is May. Jedi.
May the 4th.
May the 4th.
Okay. June. Let me think of one. What are you cracking up at?
Please continue.
Okay. June. Fauna?
June is fauna.
There's no way you're gonna follow the chain of reasoning I had.
Okay, June is there like is it like national like animals day or like world animal
June, dune, desert, lack of fauna.
And with that, we conclude this fucking episode. July is for andere year.
Oh god, fucking so if you're born in July, you're just Rio.
Yeah, you just like resonate with Rio like really hard.
This is this Dutch violinist who's very popular in the country.
Yeah, and then he also
plays
has
concerts in these.
He has a concert on our square where we have our restaurant, and then every July we have to like work during his concert. So it's a really funny joke if you're included in our colleague group. If not, it goes over your head.
Yeah, pretty much. September.
Shall we not skip August?
Well, we can make our own months.
Oh,
Okay.
I see you're a Roman Empire now.
Well, speaking of, Caesar
Caesar for the salad.
for August.
Yeah, for the salad.
So why does August connect with Caesar?
It's like Augustus, right?
Yeah,
That's his name. Yeah, that's how actually that's the name of the Dutch month.
August.
Augustus.
Oh, you say Augustus
Yes,
still?
exactly. Yeah, we
Yeah.
keep true to our.
What can I say?
Roman,
Roman's still around to this day.
yeah. Still roaming around.
Yeah,
Oh, that's the same.
Romans roaming around.
I thought did you make that joke as well?
No.
Okay, that's my joke. I have August, September. Back to schoolers.
We're getting worse and worse, guys. October. Halloweenus.
Halloween. Oh, okay. We're gonna end this, and then I'm gonna start. I have something else funny to say.
November.
November. It's Blackus.
What? November, you said Blackus?
Blackus.
Is there a Dutch thing?
No, it's more an American thing, I think, but it's worldwide now.
November, is it a celebration?
Some would call it a celebration. Yes. A lot of sale.
What?
Black Friday.
Is it November?
Yeah, it's like after Thanksgiving or before Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving's in November?
Yeah?
Oh, okay.
Didn't know that?
No.
Oh. Wait, it is, right? Yeah,
I don't know,
because
I don't know.
after Halloween, there's a Thanksgiving, and then we have...
I don't know, man. Holidays always creep up on me. I know Christmas.
So
That's
that's
about it. No.
Oh,
No.
December is...
December is Satan.
Wow. Okay. There you have it. I'm Jester. You can tell because I'm funny, because I was born in April. You are... Which one did you say? Was mine, right? Didn't I? I said
we can come up with
Ursula.
new ones.
We can come up with new ones.
Rinse and repeat.
Rinse and repeat.
We
No,
make,
Ursula,
we make
you're
the
Ursula.
Roman Romans joke again. The Roman Romans.
Oh shit! Actually, when we were getting to the Blackus and all the like Halloweenus and that kind of stuff, So
Yeah, you had a point where you started looking at the wall and it started speaking to you, and you started laughing.
the wall started speaking.
Yeah, you started looking over here and laughing.
No,
and I
that
said,
was the Andre Rieu joke.
Oh, you were still.
Yeah. No. The thing was that the whole us thing. So when I was gonna watch, did you watch the new or like the latest Hunger Games, where they basically?
I think we talked about the Hunger Games in the movie episode. I watched the first one, I think.
Oh, okay. But then like there was like a new one like recently, like last year, where they did the prequel of how it all started.
Oh, bro, this is classic.
Yeah,
It's like,
classic.
what are we gonna do now? We already killed and revived all of the characters.
Exactly.
What do we do before we killed and revived all the characters?
So then they did the prequel.
In a new world.
And then for some reason, my friend watched the movie first, and she was like, "The names are so funny," and I'm not gonna tell you the names,
Okay.
but the names are so funny. Their names were Coriolanus and Bajanus. I was sitting there, literally. So the movie goes on, that kind of stuff, and then fades to black. And then first scene, it goes like, "Bajanus, where are you going?" I fucking burst out and laughing. That's like such a fucking like 18-year-old
I've never
joke.
even heard of this. Bajanus?
Bajanus and Coriolanus.
But they're not names.
I know, but they just created names. Like they created weird names and then just added like
This sounds like the
anus.
Kahoot names.
Exactly.
Like Hugh Janus.
Yeah,
Like
exactly.
the fuck?
It made it so
Definitely
funny.
just did a Kahoot. Okay, guys, we're gonna be picking names
But
for
please
the
don't
Hunger
do
Games.
Any like vulgar names.
We're gonna vote on names. Please make your Kahoot now.
Who's
Hugh
made
Janus.
Dixinormous?
Who's Ben Dover?
Cox Black. Who's Cox Black? Okay, raise your hand. Who is Mike Coxlong?
That was actually a fucking good one, man.
Oh,
Whoever
yeah.
came up with Oxlong is a fucking genius.
That should be one of the zodiac signs.
Oxlong.
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 Kinda
Like
makes
an
sense.
ox.
Exactly.
This reminds me of like winter months,
Yeah.
like Viking stuff. When
Isn't ox also one of the?
we could do October.
No, but isn't ox also one of the animals that they were in the Jesus thing, like the Jesus piece? What's it called?
Jesus peace.
So like in the
Nativity scene
what?
where there's the Jesus in the crib.
Yes,
and like,
exactly.
Then
The crib.
the
And then
nativity scene.
there was an ox and a donkey or a horse next to him, or mule, something. I guess a mule and
I
an
don't know,
ox.
bro.
I think it's an ox. Damn, bro. I think we could just go on for another hour if you wanted to, but then
I feel like at one point, if it was possible, we could do like a fucking 24-hour podcast.
24-hour stream.
Progressively more like unhinged until we are like there's no
no end.
there's no like there's no boundary, like, you know, when you're like, oh shit, I can't say
Restraints?
that. Yeah, there's no restraints
Restraints.
on it. Just gets let. You've said too many random fucking R words. None of them have
Today
stuck.
I'm fucking going nuts on the R words, aren't I?
Yeah, but none of them are your word.
Are they?
Well, I've already won.
I literally have no clue.
It's really funny as well.
What is it?
Roaming Romans.
No way! Is it?
It's roaming.
Dang.
On God. And I said it I said it at like 30-40 minutes in, because the monologue took ages.
Yeah.
And then you made the roaming Romans joke, and I was
That's
like,
funny, bro.
it's like
I
a fucking
fucking
gift
gave you
from
an
God,
assist.
bro.
Bro, fucking Mbappe in there.
Yeah, facts.
That's crazy. That's actually fucking funny. Wow. I mean, that's
Thanks for the point, little bro.
little
bro.
No, that's deserved for
What
sure.
did you have?
My word was remedy. I used it once.
You had it somewhere.
Yeah, I said like the remedy towards my addiction was looking at my bank account, seeing that I didn't have any more money.
Classic.
And actually, with the whole addiction thing, I could have used it more, but it's
Thing
also
is,
one of those words that I.
Remedy is a pretty I don't know. It's not the kind of word you use every now and then.
Yeah, I see.
Sorry,
Yeah.
it's not the kind of word you use very often.
I think it was perfect that I used it once and nothing more.
It basically slipped through. I think if
Yeah.
you said it a couple of times, I might have.
But I also fucking used restraints today, which I'm fucking leveling up at this point.
Yeah,
You know what's actually-
vocabulary is on the up.
Yeah, I have two things I want to add to this episode. Is that one thing that happened this episode is that not something that normally happens when Marco and I are talking. It's where we go in this like crazy ass multiverse where we talk about so many topics at the same time, and then we're like, wait, how did we get here? Basically,
Yeah, this happens
and then
all
we
the
try.
time.
Then we try to like how do you say that? Like backpedal, basically.
And you're
towards-
normally the one who instigates this. I feel like
Yes.
I'm more of the person who's like, oh, but this reminds me of this, and then this, and then
Yes.
this is kind of like this, and then this is like this, and this goes here, and you're
So-
like, hang on a minute. And then we go back. Yeah,
reverse.
exactly.
Basically, I'm always the one that says like, "Hey, how do we get here?" The instigator, and you're just the tour guide saying,
Just the
"So,
fucking crazy
how we
cunt
got here
going
is when we
on.
walked past the blue mountain of the yeah." So,
Yeah.
and then also the second thing I wanted to say is that I feel like every time I re-watch, re-listen every episode, and then
yeah,
I
so?
sometimes cringe at the things I said. So I want to. One thing I said, I said CAI instead of CIA in the
Yeah, I
I
know.
think the third or the fourth episode, and it's the thing is with me, and you have to understand this. I have undiagnosed ADHD,
Here we go.
and I just talk like in Dutch. I talk super fast. Like people that work with me, my Dutch colleagues will know that I, especially when it's busy, I talk super
But do you
fast.
think
to,
this is an ADHD thing? Because
just like-
I have a friend who he's this guy who also codes, who I told you about before.
yeah.
And when me and him talk, bro, it's like fucking rap god shit. And my girlfriend will be standing there like, so
Robbie.
yeah, I know, right? But
No,
like,
the thing, I don't think it's. I think it has. It could be like ADHD rooted, but
I feel like I don't know.
But the thing is, like, and I try to. Holy shit! I just like fucking. This is
Did
crazy.
you click your jaw?
No, I fucking lost the ability to hear in my left ear just out of nowhere. I've had
So
this
then, like,
once before. This one just beeping, and now I hear in mono instead of stereo. That's fucking.
Wait, let me
crazy.
change the setting back.
Just let me just fucking change the settings away. No, but then the thing is, like in English, I tried to do that as well, but sometimes because I speak
It's
so
like your brain
fast-
is going faster than
Exactly.
your ability to say
and
it
then
in
I
English.
say stupid
Yeah.
things, or I mispronounce a the, where it's like the.
But I do this as well. I fumble my words sometimes.
Yeah, but like it's because you're native, so native, it sounds better when you do it. But like I really try to don't sound like I really try to not sound like a foreigner speaking English, and it helps.
Nice job, buddy. I try not to sound like foreigner speak
try
English.
not to speak like a foreigner speaking English for first time, but I like episode 1. No, so but it helps when I'm talking to you because I think I level, and then when I speak to some people at our job who are less good in English, or like I wouldn't say less good in English, just like they're less trained, I guess.
Less
Then
proficient.
I try to like adapt to their English.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you told me about this as well, that you had that once as well.
I had
at
this
your
in
old
work,
job, right?
but I think we can save this for another day.
We'll save
is a
this
whole
for
new
another
topic.
episode. Yeah, we're going off, bro. It's roughly around 58 minutes. We have to cut it out before it starts to go to 1 hour, or else no one wants to listen to our podcast.
We had a rule.
So-
We were like 1 hour too much. 59. Yeah.
Yeah, that checks fucking out, bro. So it's 2 versus 1. Marco won this episode.
Absolute cinema episode.
I think this might be one of our best episodes. I'm gonna say this every fucking
Yeah,
episode.
every time. Well, I
Yeah.
mean, ideally, that's what it should be, right? Constantly improving.
Exactly.
But I mean, you let us know if you think we're constantly improving or getting worse, or any thoughts you have on the podcast.
Yeah.
Anything else? Any addictions or any other 10 cents you have on anything else we said?
Yeah, and then we also said something about addictions. If you have any addictions that you do want to speak out about, just let us know. We might have them. We bring them back and we revise them.
in our next episode, which is also a crazy R word. Thank you guys very much. Give us a like, give us a follow on any channel that we have. Rate, stars,
Follow that stuff.
review, Yelp, anything. Thank you for listening. Okay, bye.
Bye.